Hi, this is John Patrick Hickey. I want to thank you for joining me for the last of the 10 qualities of successful living. And this last one, I think, is something that kind of wraps around everything else we've talked about, especially the last one when we talked about health. And that is to learn how to let go of anger. Anger is a cancer. Anger is something that will destroy you. And it is amazing on how many people allow anger to possess their life. You see, anger is an emotion. And as an emotion, it can be controlled. You can allow it to fester and control you, or you can just let it go. Because there are things that are going to make you angry throughout your day, but you don't have to accumulate them and hold on to them. I know people who are angry all the time. I can think of a lady that I knew years ago who was just angry. She was that's all I can say about her, is that she was angry. She was a young woman, about 30 years old, and she looked 60, if not older. She had health problems. She was withered. She was bitter looking, and it was all because she refused to let go of anger. Someone had done something that hurt her feelings, and she was angry about it, and she held on to that anger throughout her life. Now, I haven't seen her in years. I don't even know if she's still alive. But if she is, I hope she's still not angry. I can't think of much else that could happen to her. I mean, she was just completely consumed with anger. It truly was like a cancer that was eating her away. Anger needs to be released. You can recognize it, you can see it, and to let go of anger doesn't mean that you're justifying it. Doesn't mean that you're saying, well, it's okay. No, it's not okay. When people do wrong things, they're not okay. But letting go of it doesn't mean that you're giving it permission. It just means you're not going to let it control you. You see, if people make you angry, okay, a person has hurt you, has done something that has brought anger into your life, and every time you see or hear that person, that anger wells up inside of you, then that person controls you. You have given them permission to live in your head rent-free. You have given them permission to control your life. Why would you do that? If this is somebody who you disapprove of, if this is somebody who has done something that you know is that is hurtful and wrong, why would you give them control of your life? What you have to do is just let it go. Letting it go doesn't mean you say, well, whatever they did is okay. No, it wasn't okay. But it doesn't mean that you have to be angry. They don't have to be a part of your life. They don't have to be someone who's connected to you. Now, I still struggle with anger, but I have learned one thing, and that is that people who have hurt me, who have I have reason maybe to be angry with, then I am not going to allow them to control my life. And if they don't mean anything to me, then they don't mean anything to me. I don't think about them. I don't do anything about them. They just aren't there. And I don't have to be angry with them all the time, because they just, in a sense, don't exist, because I have allowed that anger to just disconnect. And you see, by disconnecting anger, we can have peace. We can have a true calmness in our life. You have to be able to allow things to go. And that's where forgiveness comes in. You see, we think forgiveness oftentimes is to forgive is, for one, we think forgiving is forgetting, which is foolishness. You don't forget. It's impossible to forget. And we're not expected to forget. But we are expected to let it go. That when we forgive, we let it go. It doesn't mean that we say what they did was all right. Doesn't mean that what we're forgiving is now, we pretend like it never happened. It did happen. But you can forgive somebody, but never allow them a space in your life again so that they can repeat whatever hurt that they've done. But forgiveness is letting go. It's not, when you forgive, the saying is that when you forgive, you set a prisoner free. And when you realize that prisoner was you, that you are the one who is bound up. The person who you don't forgive, the person who you're angry with, they're not affected by what you're angry with. They're not oppressed by your not forgiving them. That doesn't mean anything to them. So you have to be the one to set yourself free. So forgive, let anger go by just releasing it. It's that simple. I know we try to complicate it and make it so it's a difficult thing, but it doesn't have to be. Just let it go. You don't have to justify anything. You don't have to qualify anything. People don't even have to know that you've forgiven them. They don't even have to know that you've let it go. Just let it go. Anger should not be part of your life. It will eat you like a cancer. Just let it go. For the Growth Center, this is John Patrick Hickey, and I do want to encourage you to pursue your purpose and change your